This is my worst PSA submission yet. Not because I got bad grades necessarily, but because of other reasons that I'll go through later on in this video. Also in this video, I came across a mint base set Shadowless Blastoise that I had to send to PSA to get graded. The results were, well, you'll see the results later on in this video. As always, for every PSA submission, my goal is to get 20 out of the 30 cards I send to get PSA 10s. Let's see if I can hit that. I'll go over each card, the cost and the value, and at the end, I'll give myself a letter grade to see how I did. All right, let's get right to it. All right, up first in this submission is the Umbreon Gold Star from Celebrations. Love the way he's prancing around here with his paw up. I bought this card raw off eBay, trying to see if I can get someone to grade for fun. And PSA gave it a 10, which is fantastic. I am going to sell it because I already have this card. As much as I would love to keep it, I have to get rid of some. It is what it is. Next up is Psyduck Illustration Rare from 151. Look at him just going down some infinite staircase. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. He's obviously very confused.
Psyduck.
PSA decided to give this one a 9. You know, you can't win them all. I'm going to sell this one. Bye, Psyduck.
Where the hell am I?
Next up, Origin Form Dialga from Crown Zenith. I got this one out of a Beckett 9.5. I kind of bought it when it was pretty high, thinking that it would be like a $200 card or more if it got a 10. PSA gave it a 10, which is fine. So there's a little bit of value gain, but not much here. I'm still going to sell it though. Okay, up next is the Kingdra promo from Shrouded Fable. I love this card so much. I think it's incredible. I didn't really care too much about Kingdra till I saw this card. Now I think he's amazing. PSA gave this card a 10, which is fantastic. I love that. I'm going to sell it. Also, this card has a moon in it, so I'm going to start a petition to call this Moondra. Next up, we have the three birds, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. This is a tag team card in Japanese. I honestly thought it looked pretty clean. The centering on these cards can be kind of tough. PSA gave it a 9, which, okay, it's fine. The minimalist design is kind of cool. The use of negative space and the outlines of the birds, but I'm perfectly okay selling this at hopefully a little bit of a profit. That would be nice. Up next is my favorite card in the Scarlet Violet era. It is the Squirtle shooting water out of the kiddie pool from Stellar Crown. This one I bought on eBay too. I was like, hey, I'll take the risk. I also spent a lot of money on it because at the time and the theme in this video, I overspent on quite a few of these. PSA gave it a 9, which was a bit of a letdown. But I'm going to sell it. Hopefully not too much of a loss, but you know, you can't win them all. Next up is the same card again, because I love this card. It's beautiful. I love the way he's just shooting water at the Pidgey. PSA gave this card a 10. Ooh, yay, fantastic. I do already have a few of these, so I will sell this guy. Squirtle, you gotta get out of the damn kiddie pool. You've been in there for like 3 hours. Can you give someone else a chance?
No, I love it here.
All right, okay. Ooh, sorry. Okay, Mesprit Illustration Rare from Surging Sparks. This card is really nice. I got this one on eBay as well, bought it raw. Probably for too much money. It's gone down a bit since then. PSA gave it a 9, which is not good. So I'm going to sell this card. Okay, that's the worst it's going to be for a while. Let's manifest some good cards going forward, okay? Next up is Houndoom Illustration Rare from Shrouded Fable. This card has seen a bit of a price drop as well. PSA gave it a 10. Woohoo! Yippee! Woohoo! I thought it was going to be like $200 or something when I graded it, but now it's dropped to like $150. Either way, though, that's okay. I'm still going to sell it. Next up, Mega Blastoise EX from Evolutions. I love the way he's just like looking over his shoulder like, what did you say? Big fan of this card. I really like how the Japanese text is underneath his face as well. I noticed there was a bit of a centering problem in the front, but I was like, you know what? Let's just send it anyway. Let's just have some fun, right? Let's take a risk. Let's take a chance, okay? PSA gave it a 9. I'm okay with that. You know, I'll sell it. Moving on. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a big Umbreon fan. This is Umbreon VMAX from Brilliant Stars. I actually cracked this one out of an SGC 10. At the time when I bought it, the PSA 10s were going for around $200. PSA gave it a 10, which is great news, but the value gain isn't really there. I do really like this card though, so I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to keep it for a bit. Hopefully later on it'll go back up in value, but who knows? I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. Moving on. Who would have thought I would have got another one of these guys? I love this card. It's fantastic. PSA gave it a 10, which is awesome, but I am going to sell it because I got to get rid of some. You know, I can't keep everyone. Who's my cute little Umbreon boy? Except he's absolutely huge in this card, so he's not really little. And this card is not little either because PSA gave it a 10, which is fantastic. I'm going to sell it. Up next is another Umbreon. Okay, I think this is the last Umbreon, though, in the submission. This one is from Evolving Skies, VMAX. Not the crazy VMAX that everyone goes crazy over, but the Rainbow VMAX, which I still like. PSA gave it a 10. Woohoo! Okay, I will sell it. Next, we have Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates. I'm not like too big of a fan of this card. I got it for kind of a high price. And once again, theme of the video, the market was high when I bought these. PSA gave it a 10. Yes. Let's go. I'm gonna sell it. Bye, Charizard. Bye. And now it's time to play everyone's favorite game, Guess That Grade. Here we have base set Shadowless Blastoise. Look at how nice and clean that card looks. Can anyone guess a grade, perhaps? For those of you who guessed 8, congratulations! You'll go home with a live, wild Galapagos snapping turtle shipped directly to your doorstep within 5 to 7 business days. Warning, may bite, snap, or use Hydro Pump without warning. Not responsible for injuries, damages, or property loss. Turtle is also possibly illegal. It's basically a real-life Blastoise. Give it to a friend, give it to a loved one. Do not go within 5 feet of the turtle. This is a highly endangered species. I was a little bit sad when I saw that PSA gave it an 8. I was hoping for a 9. So what I'm going to actually do with this guy is I'm going to crack it and send it to CGC. Because if you don't know my other videos, I sent a lot of vintage over to CGC. And I bet it'll get at least a 9 in CGC. And we'll see what happens. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Going to crack you out of there, Blastoise. I'm going to free you. All right, moving on. Up next, we have Pikachu VMAX from Lost Origin. Big fan of this card. Pikachu was just ginormous, like a bouncy house. And PSA gave this card a 10. Fantastic. I'm gonna sell it. Okay, Giratina V-Star from Crown Zenith, another Crown Zenith card in this submission. A fun little fact about me and my idiocy, I used to think Giratina was pronounced Giratina, like he's some kind of weird rat. Further proof that I'm an idiot, I thought this was going to get a 10. PSA gave it a 9. We were doing so good. We had some nice value gains in the last few cards, but for this one, we're a bit under, but you know what? I'm still going to sell it. Mr. Greninja and his iconic water shurikens. He's just throwing a couple out there, jumping out of probably some weird swamp. This is the promo card from Shrouded Fable. I love this card. I have quite a few of them. PSA gave this card a 10. I've actually gotten pretty lucky with this card so far. Everyone that I've submitted so far has gotten a 10, but now I've completely jinxed myself, so every time I submit this card again, they'll never get a 10, but that's just the way it goes. I am going to sell this card as well. Okay, this is like the perfect example of what went wrong in this submission. And I bought this card knowing well that it wasn't going to be highly priced when it was graded. I bought it for about $30 raw and then the $20 grading cost on top. PSA gave it a 10, which is great news, but I mean, we're talking about like a $20 gain here, which is like, okay. Again, you know, it's not all about the money. It's about enjoying the card sometimes. And in my case, I love this card. So I am going to keep it even though it's not really too valuable. I think it's a great card. It's the Splash Man himself, Shining Magikarp. I also bought this one off eBay, which I thought was kind of fun. And PSA gave it a 10. So it is possible to get 10s buying raws off eBay, but you have to be careful. You have to do your due diligence, and it's tough. I am going to sell this card. At the time when I graded it, I think they were going for like 125 or something. But of course, the value's gone down, but that is what it is. You know, I can't time the market. I'm just going to take the profit and run. Run to the hills. Next up, one of my least favorite legendaries, because I just don't really understand a dog with a sword. I do like the card actually quite a bit. It's Zacian V from Astral Radiance. I believe that's Hop grabbing for the sword or something. PSA decided to give it a 10. Fantastic. I contemplated, do I sell, do I keep? I really do enjoy this card. But at the end of the day, I'm going to sell it. Next up is the Mewtwo Ultra Premium Collection promo. I've been looking to get this card for quite a while now. I love the way he's just hovering in the sky, looking for his next victim.
On the 27th floor of that building through that window? Why does he have that cactus up his...
Mewtwo, stop spying on the people, okay? Let them have their privacy. I bought this one in a Beckett 9.5, cracked that sucker out, sent it to PSA. They gave it a 10. Super excited. That's fantastic. I've been wanting this card for a bit, so I'm going to keep it. Gardevoir EX Special Illustration Rare from Scarlet and Violet base set. I love this card. If you're not familiar with it, it's part of a set with the routes to Kirlia to Gardevoir Evolution. It starts with routes is moving in with their family and the Kirlia. They get a little bit older, they have a baby, and then Gardevoir's there as they're old and knitting, and it's like, it just, I don't know, it just hits me, okay? I also cracked it out of a Beckett 9.5. PSA gave it a 10. Fantastic. A little bit of value gain. but I honestly don't really care because I'm just going to keep it because this card is great and I love it. Oh, it's Mr. Spoon Man. Look at him just hovering those spoons. What a great magic trick. Alakazam, you're so talented. Keep it up, buddy. One day you go to the spoon hovering competition. You'll be the best in the world. I tell you, the best. I cracked it out of a Beckett 9.5 as well. PSA gave it a 10. As much as I like this card, and I think it actually will age really well, I'm going to sell it. Charizard V from Champion's Path. I've been trying to get this card for a little bit. I cracked it out of a Beckett 9.5. I paid a little bit more than I probably wanted to. PSA gave it a 10. Fantastic. Let's keep this short and sweet. I'm keeping this card. Let's move on. Okay, look, I was running out of cards for this submission. I had to look around and scrounge around for another card, and I noticed this card looked absolutely perfect, and I knew it was cheap. It was going for like a 60 to 70 bucks and a 10 at the time I sent it out. I'm like, you know what? I'll send it out because I betcha it's gonna get a 10. And PSA gave it a 10, so which is great, except it's like 50 to 60 bucks or so right now, which is not great, but we'll take the little bit of profit. Everyone likes Venusaur, right? He's cool. He's fine. All right, the last 3 cards in this submission are One Piece, because sometimes I like to sprinkle in a couple little One Piece cards every now and then. If you don't like it, what are you gonna do? Sue me? Onami special alternate art. Really cool card, and this is them in Wano. PSA gave it a 10. That's fantastic. I'm gonna sell it. Really cool card though. All right, my favorite One Piece character, Trafalgar Law. Great card. I don't really care too much about the price. It's a pretty cheap card, but I really like Trafalgar Law. PSA gave it a 10, which is fantastic. I'm gonna keep it. All right, last card in this submission is the PSA Magazine exclusive Boa Hancock. You're a PSA member. This card was sent to you along with the magazine back in March of 2025. So I'm like, okay, it's free. I might as well send it in to get graded. I noticed a tiny little nick in the top edge, but I'll still send it in. Maybe it'll get a 10. I doubt it, but we'll see. PSA gave it a 9, which I will never forgive them for giving me a card that is a 9, especially because One Piece is pretty easy to get a 10 in. I am going to sell it though. All right, that's it for this submission. And like I said before, this was actually my worst submission of this year. I got 22 out of 30 cards that got a 10, which was great. I passed my goal. But I just bought at such a high time in the market that these cards didn't really get good value bumps. So my total cost was about $2,800. My total value now is about $4,400, almost $1,600 profit. I'm going to give myself a fat C+ for this submission because I know I can do better. I can be a bit smarter about when I'm buying and what I'm buying. As always, if you have any feedback or questions or comments for me, leave them down below. I'll see you next time. Bye.